I'm Zach.
Welcome back to another episode of Nicely Word on the Street.
Today we're at PS10 and PS16 asking questions about education.
That's right, we're finding out what students love to learn and about and how staff members get students excited about it.
Come on, let's get to class before the bell rings.
Hello, who am I here with?
You are here with the Wyatt of Nigel.
Hello, who am I here with?
My name is Nancy Kaleka, also known as Miss Kaleka, here to my students.
What was your favorite subject when you were a student?
What age? What grade?
Eighth.
Eighth grade. In eighth grade, would say I liked science.
What was your favorite subject when you were a student?
I did not realize what my favorite subject was until I was in middle school. And my favorite subject, this might surprise you, was science.
That's interesting.
What was your favorite subject when you were a student?
My favorite subject when I was in school was math. Unbelievably, math. I loved numbers. I loved working with numbers. I loved all the math problems my teachers used to give me. And I just liked figuring out things.
Did you have a teacher that made you love this subject?
I would say no. The funny part about it is in high school, I actually had a teacher that I didn't particularly like the subject, but she was so amazing that I got through it and enjoyed it.
Did you have a teacher that made you love this subject?
Yes, actually, she had a lot to do with me loving the subject. Her name was Miss Rabinowitz. Rabinowitz. It was a long time ago. And she was a wonderful teacher, and I could tell how much she loved her subject, and she loved science as well. And you can see how much she loved science by the way she taught her students science. She was always very, really into the subject.
Did you have a teacher that made you love this subject?
I had a favorite teacher. Her name was Miss Libretto, but she didn't make me love math. She just made me want to be a teacher. She was like magic. She made us love the things that she taught. Even though I wasn't a fan of reading books, I became a fan because she made it look so magical and interesting. And she made me want to become a teacher.
Okay. How have you used what you learned later in life?
Oh, it always comes back. So the teacher that I spoke about that I really liked, Miss Urbanron, was a math teacher. So of course you need math. You got to count your dollars when you make them, right? Mm-hmm. And you also have math is in everything. Numbers is in literally everything. Directions is in if you're making cookies and measurements, right? If you're putting gas in the car, if you're paying money for something, math is in everything. So we definitely use it every day in life. And then science as well. You definitely use it. Let's say if you're taking medication, you have to know the amount to take. You have to know how it's going to affect your body. You have to know if this medication goes with something else. Or if you're feeling tired, you have to know what foods give you the proper energy, what's in it. So it definitely comes back.
How have you used what you learned later in life?
Well, the love for science followed me, as a college student, and I majored in elementary education with a specialty in science, and I do teach science here at PS16. I've been teaching science here now for about 20 years.
How have you used what you learned later in life?
Well, I took all the things Miss Libretto taught me, and I went through college. Was a elementary school teacher major for undergrad, and then I went on to major in science and math, so I could do both because science and math work hand in hand. And I did my master's and another master's, one in science and one in math.
How do you encourage students to get excited about learning?
I think I should ask you that, but for me, I just be myself and try to make it every time I meet them, I'm authentic and I'm genuine. So when I see you in the morning, I'm like, good morning. I genuinely mean that. It's like, good morning, have a good day. That's how I try to encourage them too.
How do you encourage students to get excited about learning?
A lot of my students do get excited about learning science. A lot of that has to do with myself being so excited about teaching my students science. I try to use a lot of hands-on activities and in order to engage the students, and they actually enjoy that.
How did you encourage students to get excited about learning?
I try to make things fun for them and try to make them be inquisitive and want to know what the materials we're using and why we're using them, and think outside the box and bring in things that they, even though they saw them, they might not use them in the same way mathematically or scientifically. So I try to bring in extra things for them to create other things with. Right, Zach? Zach, he loves math, right?
Yes.
What day is tomorrow? What school day is tomorrow?
Tuesday.
How many days are we in school so far?
77.
Zach can use his math skills to figure out things way in advance. So Zach, tell them when the 100th day of school is.
February 9th.
He already knows this. He already figured it out. He knew it right away. And he's going to have a magical day that day, right?
Yes.
All the special things that his teacher is creating for him to do that day.
And it's on a Friday.
Yes, it's a Friday. So we try to encourage you to do these things. You're going to put that in my mouth. So we try to do these things to encourage you to want to be things that you learn things for you to be what you want to be when you grow up.
Thank you for watching this video. Please help us to get to 200 subs. And goodbye.